I baked some bread and I prepared it last night. And it's a sourdough bread. I tried a new recipe and it turned out really well, actually. It's a small loaf for us doing, but it only is 400 grams of flour. But I made a small one to try it out, and it turns out perfectly, actually. And now I'm gonna prepare some sesame seeds to make tahine. And a while ago we bought sesame seeds in bulk, and yeah, it's a good way to make your own tahine. What I do, I spread out sesame seeds on the baking tray. Some nice layer, and yeah, I don't make the tahine in bulk for the pantry. I just make 1 jar at a time. Maybe this is a little bit more, or a mason jar, and store it in the fridge when it's ready, eat it up, and then make a new batch. So what I'm gonna do now is put this in the oven on 180 degrees Celsius. And I don't have an exact time, it depends on your oven, but you can see when it's ready. I will show you later. Okay, and I'll time it for 5 minutes now. So it's in for 5 minutes. I will leave it a little bit longer. It's too pale for my liking. So the sesame seeds were in for 7 minutes and 180 degrees Celsius. And now they're roasted. So ready to make tahine out of it. I will leave this to cool down. And for the bread I have some butter. And I'll spread some butter out of the top. Ooh, that looks shiny. And we will have it for breakfast. It's now almost 8 o'clock on a Sunday, and the rest of the family slept in a little bit, so I had time to prepare the bread. And now we have a nice breakfast. I'm still in my pajamas. It's a nice way to start up the day on a Sunday, and we will enjoy some fresh baked bread. Wow, that looks nice. And it's just out of the oven for 10 minutes, so I will leave it a little bit longer, because when I slice it now, you see the structure will not be that nice. Freshly baked bread has to cool down a little bit before you cut it, and preferably half an hour. I don't think that will last that long, but I will leave it for another 15 minutes, so it's 25 minutes cooled down before we eat it. Good morning, it's Wednesday today, and I did the groceries, and I'll show you what I've got for this week and what's the menu planning. I have to make sourdough bread, so for lunch I bought some buns, and I always grab the paper bags instead of the plastic bags. Then I have some some breads, organic tomatoes, sausage, and crackers, and I got 3, so I store 2 in the pantry. I have corn crackers, then I have from the discount part 3 vegetable mixes for €1 or 50 cents, garbage bags, some spread, cookies, hagelslag, garlic, the organic one, blue cheese. Then for the pantry I bought 3 of tomato sauce. The other ones are here. And also little cans with tomato puree and the huge one. Then mushrooms 2 times, and I bought it was on discount now for mushroom soup, 2 herb spread, camembert, 3 times broccoli, some cheese, pastry 2 times, pasta, another corn cracker, muesli, 3 organic cucumbers, some snacks, and meat slices for the sandwiches, and also I don't know it's andijvie, I don't know the English word. Then I have minced meat, it was €1 now. And then some beef for stew, and it was only $2.50 now. These are the other crackers, and I bought 4 organic yogurt. And I have another package of meat slices. My plan is to fill the pantry a little bit more, and well, it's the end of January and we don't have that much vegetables out of the vegetable garden, although we have cavolo nero and carrots, no onions in the storage, and there are still some leeks. And some sweets, so we have still vegetables out of the vegetable garden. I have to buy more store food. Well, the menu, we have pumpkin soup out of the freezer. I make the mushroom soup and the mashed potatoes. Then some macaroni. And I make some blue cheese mushroom broccoli pie. The total cost of this week's groceries were €70.12.
Time to bring some veg in. I'm over at our veg patch. We're doing a chicken soup tonight. We get a chicken here locally from a small, well, I think he's on the verge between hobby and farming. It's an elderly gent who's running a veg shop, and you can get chickens from him that are good for soup or maybe a stew. So that's already in the pot and nearly done. Now we bring in some leeks. I'll also be taking out some carrots and probably 1 or 2 sweets. It will be a nice, rich and thick soup. So for the space we put in, it's a nice crop, but they aren't stellar. I'll take out a few, 2, maybe 3. This one looks good. I'll bring this one as well. What we don't use immediately can go into the fridge. As you were able to see from how our leeks are standing at the moment, I still haven't mastered fully the art of growing a proper leek. I think we still need to do something with the mulching to A, enrich the soil, and B, make it looser so it's easier for stuff like leeks to grow down. Because when you see this sorry one, it's just set on sort of on top of the soil, and as we either never got around to it or never bothered to put some soil higher up, this is really a sorry thing actually. I put away a little knife. It's a little stainless Mora with a thin blade. It's very neat for jobs like this. I don't know what happened here, but that one actually burst along the whole side. Another one. That's slug eaten. We've had quite a wet spell the last couple of weeks. Maybe a week or two, I think, at most. Luckily it hasn't become as bad as last winter. As due to the mild climate here, we try to keep a lot of our veg in the ground, still growing. And then you don't have to do much about preserving it normally. Last winter we had soil conditions so wet they actually started rotting. We are a bit better off this year. I also think the mulching we did helped, as our soil is containing more organic matter. It drains off a bit better, certainly when you have our type of soil. So thus far we've been, well, as I said, we had a wet spell, but nothing too bad in the end. Not yet, at least. I was crossing a grassy field the way here though, and that was, well, you were really splashing there. So that needs to drain off now. That's all slug eaten. I won't take it. That's all stuff to go to the compost pile later on, or leave it here to compost. Nice bucket of veg.
I'm in the garden now and it's late January and it's very windy today. And well, you see, we prepared the beds that are in our backyard, and we have to add some nice new layer of wood chips on the pathways. And I just gave the chickens some vegetables. We have 8 chickens now. And we have a coop over there. But also a free range area here. And then the others at the other side.